Today, I want to talk about the number one mistake STEM professionals are doing whenever they are presenting their work. And first of all, I want to say that if you think about STEM work, it is often something that is very abstract to the vast majority of people. For example, STEM professionals many times use words like protocols, algorithms, optimizations, all of those jargonic things that mean something, and actually they mean a lot to us that belong to the STEM field. However, if you ask people who are just a little bit outside of that field, they do not really get a sense of what an algorithm is or what a protocol is, like an experiment is, and so on. They sort of think that it's that thing, nerdy stuff that those nerds are doing, but they cannot actually get a glimpse of what it actually does in real life. And what I see happening time and time again with STEM work, with brilliant STEM work, is that when people explain it, they fail to guide the people who are outside of the STEM field in a way that they can understand what this work is all about. Because as I said, it is very abstract. So whenever we are talking about our work, especially if we are applying for funding, pitching for a promotion that most of the times depends on people who are outside of our field, it is very important to learn how to make that work tangible, how to make it something that they can feel, they can sense, they can understand where the important lays of the work that is doing. Because if we keep saying things like the protocol, the optimization, the experiment, I don't know, all of those jargonic things, it is very unlikely that we will first keep their interest, and secondly, that they will actually understand what is it that we are talking about. So how can we solve that? The very first thing that you have to do whenever you are explaining your work in whatever way, whether you're talking to a colleague or you are applying for some funding, or you are, I don't know, writing a paper, or maybe you are, I don't know, applying for a promotion and so on. So whenever you're going to talk to people and explain your work to people, you have to think about how can I make it easy for them to understand it? Because we have to be very empathetic at that point, because our work is, first of all, extra complex, and secondly, it is also very abstract. So it is this exercise of making sure that we sort of make the impact of our work tangible to the people who don't belong to our field. And this is actually a skill that has to be learned. So you, once you start practicing that, and I really invite you to do so for your next talks, your next presentations, meetings, or whatever it is that you are having, think about how can I say this in a way that that person can understand me? Like, am I really using that much jargon that I think I am? Am I using more or less? So really just sort of observe the way you think and the way you speak, and just become aware of how much jargon are you actually putting there that is probably not understood by the other part. And just by doing this super simple exercise, you're already going to get so many insights of how you can improve that and how you can make it better. Having said that, teaching this skill and learning how to do that is something that I do in my coaching program. So I help STEM professionals be seen and be valued at the workplace without losing hours and hours and days on preparing their talks, preparing their pitches, their presentations, and so on. I believe STEM work is brilliant. I am a STEM professional myself. I have a lot of experience in the field, and I've seen this happen time and time again. Brilliant professionals who are just not trained to explain their work so it can actually be appreciated, seen, and rewarded. So if you are interested in this kind of coaching, in this kind of training, to train really that muscle and that ability of expressing yourself in a way others can understand, so structure your messy data, structure your work, your expertise, and canalize it and explain it in a way others can not only understand but also value and reward. Consequently, I will leave a link down below where you can schedule a completely free introductory session with me, where you can sort of get a glimpse of how this coaching works and how I can help you with your communication skills. So I hope that you found this video useful, and as always, see you in the next few days with another video. Bye bye.